how's it going? This is Ray Martinez with Actitud y Pasión. How we doing today, guys? I am live on, let me check here. Yes, I am live on my profile page. We are live on YouTube, Actitud y Pasión. And are we live on Actitud y Pasión? Let's see here. Oh, live, go live. Yes, I think we are. Allowed, yeah, okay, or whatever. Let me. Well, we're live anyway. So, guys, how you doing today? Good night, good evening, good morning, Europe. Hey, almost midnight in Argentina. Adriana, how's it going out there? California, it's about 7 p.m. So you're probably finishing dinner and you're getting ready to watch the show. So New York City, Miami, Georgia. Welcome, Georgia. It's 10 o'clock at night, so it's the great time. It's un buen tiempo para hacer un show. The time today is 9:07, guys, and we're going to be talking about today. We're going to get my banners out here. So this is me. Hey, you go. So we're going to be talking about someday is today. Sunday is today. And guys, we said, how many times have you said, someday I'll start the business? Someday I'll get healthy. Someday I'll write a book, take a trip, or follow up my passion. How many times have you said, someday I will? But someday isn't a day on the calendar, guys. It's a hesitation. It's a delayed tactic. It's a fear disgusted impatience. In this episode of Actitud y Pasión, guys, we're going to confront that illusion and break it because the truth is someday is not guaranteed, but today is here. The moment you stop waiting for the perfect time is the moment your life begins, guys. And that is so true. The moment you start looking at the different things that you want to do in life, man, that's when everything starts. So, guys, every morning you get a chance to decide, am I committed to my goals today or am I just cruising? Huh? Am I just cruising? So, guys, the number one here is kill the perfect time myth. Kill the perfect time myth. There is no perfect time, guys. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Napoleon Hill said that. Waiting for everything to align is a trap, guys. People wait for the economy to be better, their kids to grow up, or to feel ready. The truth is, guys, action creates readiness. Life doesn't reward perfection, it rewards motivation, it rewards momentum. Start where you're at now, use what you have, and do what you can. A woman had dreams of opening a food truck 10 years ago. After layoffs, she decided to take the risk with her few dollars that she had. She had a little bit of savings and now runs a thriving and amazing local food business. If she waited for the someday, she would still be unemployed. And we have lots of stories like that, guys. Lots of stories where it just didn't work out. You just didn't do it. You just stayed. When next week, Monday, I'll start Monday. Oh my goodness, Monday is the worst, isn't it? So one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, I'll start when the time is right. We convince ourselves that when we have more money, more experience, more clear mind, or when the kids grow up, the job slows down, or we feel more confident, we will begin. Here's the truth: the perfect time doesn't exist. Waiting for the ideal condition leads to permanent postponement. Action creates readiness, not the other way around. Does that make sense? There's a woman named Maribel wanted to open a home bakery for 7 years. She waited and waited for the biggest kitchen, the best equipment, and or to have enough followers online. One day she finally started baking with what she had, her tiny oven and her heart. Now she sells out every weekend, and her home bakery is booked months in advance. She didn't need a perfect moment, guys. She just made a decision. Wow, imagine that. She just made a decision. You know, let's reflect on this question. What have you been putting off because you're waiting for the right time? What small step could you take today with the resources you already have? Are you mistaking uh, waiting for the right minute for preparation? Guys, if you wait for the right conditions, you'll never get anything done. That's biblical. That's I always have problems with this Bible book. But Ecclesiastics 11:4. If you wait for the right conditions, you'll never get anything done. It's biblical, guys. It's biblical. So yeah. Wow. Imagine. Hey, we got some comments here. Hey, Clarissa, how's it going? Clarissa is one of my number one fans. How's it going? Good evening, Ray. Ray, I love it, Ray. So yeah, so guys, let me start. Well, not start, but let me share a video with you and pay attention to the pictures that I placed on this video, guys. We're gonna go back to them. We're gonna look and we're gonna see if we can come in with some ideas here. All right, so here we go. Hey, how's it going? All right, we got the great La Reina de los Talk Shows de California, a María Romo, amigo Rey, ¿cómo estás? Aquí estamos con mucha actitud y pasión. There you go. Guys, we're on this YouTube channel. Hola, de Actitud y Pasión. Go in it, subscribe, guys. I need some subscribers. I'm going to start using it a little bit more often. Voy a empezar a usar este canal de YouTube más y más y más. Es el canal de Actitud y Pasión. So, muy buenas noches. So we saw the picture, guys. Vimos the picture. Guys, let me just share this again with you guys, because this is what we're gonna talk to you about. Today is today's topic, guys, is someday is today. Algún día es ahora. Es el tema de esta noche. Algún día es ahora. Y vimos en el video, we saw in the video where it says hoy, today, right? We saw, let me stop sharing here and let me go to a picture that I also wanted to see you here. Let's look at this picture. And this picture, we've seen a whole lot of this. And this is why I wanted to do this show because similar to pictures, similar to this. I will do it tomorrow is a disease that will kill your dreams. Mañana lo voy a hacer mañana. Una enfermedad que mata tus sueños. Y este señor tuvo sus sueños y ya está viejito. Tiene sus arrugas. Está cansado. Tuvo una vida difícil, pero nunca realizó sus sueños. He never went for his dreams. He said, "Tomorrow I will do it. I will do it tomorrow. Voy a empezar el negocio. Mañana lo voy a hacer." Y mañana nunca llegó. Mañana nunca llegó. Si tú quieres hacer una persona que logra sus metas, sus sueños, tienes que empezar hoy. Tienes que empezar hoy. Todos tenemos buenos planes. We all have great plans. We all have great wishes. We all have something that we want to do, whether it's opening up a business, whether it gets healthy, whether it's make more money, whether it's get a better job, whether it's write a book, whether it's work on a new way, a new career. But we just don't get started, guy. Someday is today. Someday is today. Let me go to the next point here. Uh, and so my next point, guys, I'm going to simply talk about cinco puntos. We're going to talk about 5 points. And the next point is your dreams have a shelf life. Your dreams have a shelf life. When you go to the grocery stores, there's expiration dates on the food. There's expiration dates on this. Why? Because they're only good for a certain amount of time. You buy some meat, you put it in the refrigerator, and it's only good for a certain amount of time. You buy some vegetables, you buy some fruit, and they're only good for a certain amount of time. You buy some bread, and it's only good for a certain amount of time. It has an expiration date. Your dreams have a shelf life. The goal without a deadline is just a wish. A goal without a deadline is just a wish, guys. Dreams ignore become regrets. Dreams ignore become regrets. Energy fades, opportunities close, circumstances change. Dreams ignore become regrets. Don't let your calling expire because of indecision, guys. Guys, let me share with you a story. When I was a kid, I worked at a fast food place called Chick-fil-A. We all know it. I was good at my job. It was my first job, and I was really good. I had great customer service, well report, the way I am, and I was friendly with all the customers. They all loved me, but I wasn't serious. My friend and I were both being trained to become managers. I did not take it serious. I was goofing around, I was going out and this and that, and you know what? I didn't get picked to get to the next level. My friend, on the other hand, he was he went after it. He was serious. And later on, within a couple of years, he became a co-owner and then later an owner of his own Chick-fil-A. Same opportunities, maybe the same goal, but I wasn't focused on my goal. I had done all the work to open up the doors, to create that opportunity. But when the opportunity opened, when the doors were open for me to take charge and for me to do the work to go to the next level, I failed. And I don't think, wow, I messed up and all that, but it's an opportunity that was missed. It's an opportunity that was missed. I'm sure A lot of us have gone through similar situations where we had an opportunity that we didn't take advantage of. Perhaps an opportunity to talk to that beautiful girl that you could have talked to, but you were not where you needed to be. You were afraid to walk up to her and talk to her. You were afraid to walk across the dance floor and ask her to dance so that you could have started a conversation. And perhaps you would have probably married her and been happily ever after. Who knows? What else? Job opportunities. And I've said this before. I my background is in photography, como Maria Romo. So estamos en la fotografía. Bueno, yo ya estoy retirado de la fotografía. I'm retired from the photography. But right out of the college, I was hired on, and I worked for one of the biggest photography firms, CPI. They were out of St. Louis, and I got trained, and became really good. My pictures started to sell. I started to make good money. I was picked to go to be part of the team that went to Puerto Rico to open up Puerto Rico for the Sears Portrait Studios. Territorial manager, the whole bit. 3 years later, I lived in Puerto Rico for about 3 years. 3 years later, I come and I decided I want to come back to the States, and I ended up in Dallas. Uh, Again, customer service, being friendly with the people. People love me in the whole bit. Opportunity comes in. One time I was in Waco, and I've told the story before. I was awake to say, taking pictures. Boom, boom, boom. I would take anywhere between, 1,000 to 2,000 families a week. From Tuesday to or from Wednesday to Sunday. And one time there was this guy waiting, and I said, "Sir, what can I help you? You need some information? You gonna bring your family in?" He said, "No. Here's my card. Let's go have dinner. What time you get out?" And I said, "Well, I get off at 8." Boom, boom, boom. And said, "What's it about?" He just simply told me, "It's about your next job." That's all I needed to hear. It was an opportunity. And come 8 o'clock, all right, let's have a meeting. We went to Chili's. We sat down. We had a top conversation. He explained to me the program. He explained to me what he wanted from me, what was my job going to be, what I was going to be doing. And I said, let's go for it. Give me 2 weeks. I got to keep my 2 weeks notice. And he said, fine. In 2 weeks, I'll see you in Nashville. And so they flew me out there 2 weeks later, and I was trained on their program. And then I came back, and I was taking pictures at daycares in the whole Dallas Fort Worth area. An opportunity presented itself, and I walked right through it, and I took advantage. I had learned the lesson that I didn't take from Chick-fil-A. A couple of years went by. I got asked to work at a local portrait studio. Good money, good pay. I was doing both. I was so good, I was doing both. This guy comes in, I take pictures of his family, and he says, let's have lunch. Okay, let's have lunch. And so we had lunch, and he says, listen, I work for Prestige Portraits. We do senior portraits all over the United States. We're exclusive portraits. We're only in the big cities. We're part of Life Touch uh, um, school pictures. And so I want to hire you. Again, give me 2 weeks notice, and I can start. And he goes, fine, boom. I started that job. I never went interviewing for any, I never applied for any jobs. They came looking for me. Opportunity shows itself. I pushed, I walked through the door, and I had a new job. Within that circle, another job came up. I took a picture of this gentleman's uh, daughter, and he liked the way I work, very professional, and he took me to a more, I guess, kind of bigger studio where I was dealing with uh, celebrities and professional football teams and basketball teams in the dollar series. And again, opportunities present themselves and you walk. I could have walked away. I could have said, no, I'm happy where I'm at. But I wanted to explore. I wanted to go right through the door and take that opportunity. Someday was not going to be uh, was not going to be a thing that was going to become a regret in my life. I've always created opportunities to go to the next level. And so guys, that's I mean part of that's what I'm saying, even though that's not really the subject. But the thing is this, if you wait uh until you're ready, you're never going to get what you really want. A man wanted to run a marathon, guys. He kept postponing training. After a health scare, he realized he might never run again if he didn't start now. He began walking daily and ran his first 5K at age 57. He didn't wait for Sunday. He grabbed today and he met his goal. He met his dream, guys. Does that make sense? Guys, this is really important. Our dreams, our goals, guys, they have uh what's it? They have an expiration date, right? They have an expiration date. And so if we don't take advantage of it, we're gonna miss out on that. Does that make sense? So the thing is this, a goal without a deadline is just a wish, right? We said that earlier. Dreams are powerful, but they're also perishable. Dreams are powerful, but they are also perishable. They can spoil. If you don't take action within a certain window of time, the energy, the fire, even the opportunity can fade and go away. We often believe we can return to our dreams later, but later becomes never. We often believe I can do it later, but later becomes never. So why shelf life matter? Why does shelf life matter? Energy fades, guys. The original passion you had, it weakens if you don't feed it with action. That's why it's important to take action. Mental resistance grows, guys. The longer you wait, the more excuses you collect. What's your excuse this week for not walking? What's your excuse this week for not running? What's your excuse this week for not writing that book you wanted to write? What's your excuse this week for not studying to pass that test, that state test, so you can get your license so that you can get another job? What's your excuse or a reason for not wanting to change something in your life that needs changing? The world moves on, guys. Timing, it changes. Markets change, people change, opportunities evolve. What's available today may not be there tomorrow. What's available today may not be there tomorrow. You know, uh, there's a guy named Carlos. He dreamed of launching a podcast about local community stories. He kept postponing it, waiting for a better mic, more research, the perfect concept. Years passed. Others started similar shows and gained attention. Now Carlos regrets not acting when the ideas first sparked. The dream had windows and he missed it. But he's not guilt. I mean, it's not about guilt, guys. It's about urgency. It's about urgency. The hard truth is this, guys. This is the hard truth about this. You can't outgrow your own dreams if you ignore them long enough. You can outgrow your own dreams if you ignore them long enough. That thing you once burned for, if you neglect it, it'll turn into regret. Some dreams expire not because they're good, but because you never gave them a chance to breathe. So, what can you do today? Write down one dream that's been sitting in your heart. Set a deadline, not next year, this month, this week. Set a deadline. Take one bold, imperfect action towards it. Call someone, do some research, and start. If you just if you just had 1 year to live, guys, think about this question. If you just had 1 year to live, what dreams would you regret not pursuing? You had 1 year to live. What would you regret not pursuing? What project or goal have you been sitting on? It's been on your mind for so long that it starts collecting dust. What would happen if you just started today instead of storing it away in the shelf? That makes sense? So, one day you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you always wanted to. Do it now. Do it now, guys. Time flies. Time flies. And your dreams are going to be gone, guys. Your dreams are going to be gone. Does that make sense? All right. Let me go to my third point here. And let me show you another picture. All right, where's my third point? Here we go. Fear is a sign you're close to growth. I'm afraid. Fear is a sign you're close to growth. Everything you've ever wanted to is on the other side of fear. Everything you ever wanted to is on the other side of fear. Wow. Does it make sense? Everything you ever wanted to do is on the other side of fear, guys. What you might, what you avoid might be the next breakthrough. Fear often shows up not when you're doing something wrong, but when you're about to do something brave. Right? The thing here is this. Let me help you out on the thinking here. All right. Don't ask, what if I fail? Instead, ask, what if I never try? An immigrant mom who was terrified of public speaking enrolled in a communications course to help her kids in school. Now she speaks at parent teachers forums, and her confidence has transformed her whole family life. She took action. Does that make sense, guys? She took action. So let me talk a little bit more about this one because I think this is uh one of those things. Okay. Uh, that we need to really deal with here. And here we go. So, fear is a sign you're close to growth, right? This the misunderstanding is this: most people think fear is a sign to stop or a stop sign, a warning that says back, turn back, back off. You're not ready. You might fail. But in reality, fear is often the green light that's telling you this matters. Keep going. You're growing. Get growing. So you gotta reframe your fear, guys. Fear isn't always danger. Sometimes it's discomfort, yes, And discomfort is the birthplace of progress. Let me repeat that again. Sometimes it's discomfort, but discomfort is the birthplace of progress. You fear the presentation because it might elevate your career. You fear the relationship because it might lead or it might heal your past. You fear the stage, the leap, the change because it might lead to your breakthrough. So, guys, ask yourself this: is fear protecting me or preventing me? When fear keeps you safe, it's helpful. But when fear keeps you small, it's toxic. It's toxic, guys. Uh, there's another little story here. George had a dream of sharing his poetry publicly. But every time he thought about open mic night, he froze. Sweaty palms, heart racing. He almost didn't go. But one night he whispered to himself, I'm not afraid because I'm weak. I'm afraid because this matters. That night he performed, and the audience connected deeply with him. Now he speaks monthly and helps others find courage through poetry. His fear wasn't a signal to run, it was proof he was stepping into his purpose. It was proof he was stepping into his purpose. So, guys, growth equals fear plus action. Growth equals fear plus action. The presence of fear means you're outside your comfort zone. And outside your comfort zone is where all transformation happens. If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. Hmm. So let me share with you guys. Let me share with you guys a picture here, and it's very simple. It's really simple, and the picture says "Hoy, hoy, ahora, hoy, today." Let me share. Let me go and put another one. Today is the day. Today is the day. Ahora es el día. Today is the day. Someday I will travel the world with someone I love. Hmm. We've heard that before, right? What about this one? Someday I will. Someday I will go to that island and retire. Someday. Someday I'll be rich. Someday I'll own an island. Someday I'll go visit that island. Someday. Hmm. Hoy. Do it today. Hazlo hoy. Hazlo hoy. Someday I'll take a cooking class. Someday. Someday I'll take a cooking class. Someday I'll start running. I'll start walking. I'll start hiking. Someday. Why not today? Someday I'll write a book. Hmm. Interesting, right? Uh, someday I'll start exercising. Someday. That makes sense? Guys, we all have Sundays in our stories. Someday I'll do this, someday I'll do that, someday I'll create, someday I'll paint, someday I'll grow a garden, someday I'll, you know, have a really cool car, someday. But someday is will go away, guys. What are you afraid to do that secretly excites you? How long have you let fear delay your next level? What's something you've been waiting to feel ready for? Hmm. Wow. The most successful, fulfilled people in the world still feel fear, but they've learned to walk with it, not run from it, walk with it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. That makes sense? Feel the fear and do it anyway, guys. Wow, amazing, right? So, what can we do here? What do you think, guys? Is this hitting you? Is this hitting you? So, guys, next point. Money is currency. Currency, right? Money is currency. So, here's the next point. Time is your most precious currency. You may delay, but time will not. Benjamin Franklin said that. You may delay, but time will not. A minute wasted is a minute you can never get back. An hour wasted is an hour you can never get that back. A day wasted is a day you can never get back. Guys, when it comes to money, relationships, and health, you can rebuild them, but lost time can never be recovered. What would you do differently today if you only had 1 year left? Living for the purpose that brings passion and focus to your life. That makes sense? Uh, so, guys, action builds confidence, not the other way around. Start before you're ready, guys. Confidence isn't something you need to begin, it's something you gain by beginning. Confidence is not something you need to begin, it's something you gain from beginning. Start messy, start scared, start confused, but start. Every step towards clears the fog. Every step forward, guys, clears the fog, builds a clear vision, and strengthens your faith in yourself. That makes sense? It just does. Here's another little story. A woman terrified of live videos started to record short 30-second clips of her phone every day. Now she hosts a weekly string yard with thousands of viewers. She didn't wait to become confident. She became confident by showing up. And we saw a lot of that here during COVID. I'm included. I was not doing talk shows before COVID started. I wasn't doing chess lessons online before COVID started. It all came by taking the first step and doing it. Everyone that comes on live on a talk show at one point were scared to do it, but they decided to go with it. They decided to start, and now they're doing a bunch of shows. Maria Romo's one of them. Testimony. She can, you know, she's grown tremendously in the since I known her in the past 3 years. We kind of started right around the same time. She's a giant. Future you dream about doesn't begin tomorrow. It begins the moment you decide that someday is today, guys. Does that make sense? That's when the future is going to start, guys. When you decide that the next step is today. Guys, let me I see we're live here. Let me check on uh yeah, it's the yeah, I'm live also on my profile page. It's the so so yeah. Uh See what happens, guys. So that's where we're at. So guys, I wanted to share I just want to say this. Stop postponing the life you want and start living the life you desire. So guys, join us each Tuesday, 9 p.m. Texas time on Actitud y Pasión as we break down, you know, different topics. Bring a notebook, bring your goals, and bring that part of you that's done waiting. Because the next level doesn't start on a random Sunday. It starts tonight, guys. It starts tonight. And so, guys, I will say I will say this. Um Stop making excuses, stop waiting for the best time, stop waiting until things are perfect because guys, quite frankly, they're never going to be, guys. They're never going to be. Uh Goals without a deadline or just wishes, you know. Every time you want it, every time you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. Everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear, guys. You may delay, but time is not, right? Start before you're ready. Start before you're ready, guys. These are quotes. Stop postponing the life you want. Start living the life you deserve. That makes sense? So, guys, uh, yeah, dice Maria, I need to practice my English. Hello, Ray. Yay. Ah, yo te doy clases. Hey, let's do a show in English. Así empezó Adriana. Adriana started, no hablaba mucho inglés y ya, ahora sí, cuando hemos hecho shows, habla más inglés. Good vibes and forever. Yeah, good vibes forever. Es la cosa, María. Es la cosa. Y yo lo he dicho. Ah, Cuando alguien habla un idioma, ¿verdad? Cuando alguien habla un idioma, nomás se puede comunicar con esas personas que hablan el mismo idioma. Pero si tú hablas el inglés, ¿verdad? Te puedes comunicar con varias otras culturas, varias razas, varias personas de diferentes, que hablan diferentes lenguas, pero que también tienen el inglés en común. Entonces, si tienes, por decirlo, ha dicho, si tienes 100 clientes, vamos a decir que tengas 100 clientes que hablan español. Imagínate si hablaras inglés, tuvieras 100 clientes por cada cultura que está alrededor de ti. Y tú estás en una ciudad en donde hay muchas culturas, ¿verdad? Yo cuando estaba en Dallas, hacía bodas de los chinitos, indios, you know, mis morenitos, mis negritos, cubanos, en fin, de todo, porque hablaba el inglés y me ayudaba mucho. Claro, también hacía bodas y diferentes eventos con personas que hablaban español, pero tenía un poquito de todo porque el inglés y eso es lo que me ayuda. Y yes, I know, I tell myself that every day. Pues qué bueno. Hey, ¿sí me entiendes? So, hey, let's make that your goal in 1 year, en menos de un año. Yo creo que tú con lo que tú haces, lo que tú conoces, man, te arrancas porque te arrancas con el inglés. You will do it, you'll be 100%. You know, ¿Lo digo bien o no? Sí, claro que sí. Claro que sí. Yeah, yes, I know. I tell myself that every day. Claro, lo sé. Me digo eso todos los días. Es, what can I say? You know, ah, ya estás enfrente de la gente, María. Ya estás enfrente de mucha gente te ve. So, hey, fear, hey, ¿qué es el miedo? ¿Qué es el miedo? No es nada. ¿Verdad? Y no creo que sea el miedo, yo creo que it's a little bit discomforting, ahorita estoy tratando de aprender un poquito de francés y I can understand, comprendo a las gentes que quieren aprender en inglés y no pueden, porque pues yo también estoy teniendo un problema con el francés, pero hey, we want to improve, hey, you're gonna do it, ¿verdad? Hey, ¿qué tal, Connie? ¿Cómo te va? ¿Cómo van las cosas allá por allá? Ay, no es miedo, creo que es amor a mi idioma. Bueno, sí, ¿verdad? Pero imagínate, fíjate, tuviste una de tus amigas que estaba hablando de todo eso de la inmigración y todo. Ella habla inglés, porque usó unas expresiones que son, que hablan inglés. Y fíjate, ¿qué tanto más podemos ayudar a nuestra cultura, nuestros amigos que hablan español, si, si les ayudamos con el inglés? Porque muchas veces, lástima, este, salen perdiendo ellos dinero, salen perdiendo negocios, salen perdiendo cosas porque no se pueden defender o los hacen, les quitan dinero, los hacen tontos realmente. Y pues cuando hay personas como tú, como yo, como otros que conozco que dominan el inglés o que pueden dominar el inglés, pues van a ser una gran ayuda para estas personas. Y eso es algo que, wow, que qué bonito, ¿verdad? Bueno, guys, I'll let you go, guys. You guys have been awesome. Um, Man, saludos to Georgia, saludos to Montana. Sí, sí, es verdad. Pues, es que las amistades los quedamos, ¿cómo se dice? Ah, los quedamos hablamos con las personas con las que estamos más, con las que tendemos más, con las que estamos más cómodos, ¿verdad? Ah, sí, es tu comfort zone, es lo que pasa, ¿verdad? Es tu comfort zone y el 90% de las personas hablan español en donde vives, and so estás como en una trapa, como dices, pero no, este, ah, You know, a veces no se necesita el inglés, ¿verdad? Pero porque pues tú te has, la comunidad está muy grande, a lo mejor no lo necesitas, pero pues hey, nunca sabes, ah, ahorita como está la situación, yes, thank you very much, I live here. Ay, pues no sé. Yo estoy como tú, que no le entramos mucho a la política, ¿verdad? Pero, guys, les deseo mucho a toda esa gente que está teniendo problemas ahorita, que, que lo mejor para todos ellos, lo mejor de los dos lados, que se componga la situación, es realmente lo que tiene que pasar, que se componga la situación por los dos lados, por todas partes y paz en el mundo. Y yo creo que, como lo dije al otro día, la paz empieza con nosotros, el amor empieza con nosotros. Lo que necesitamos, amor para el próximo, amor a uno a otros, como los tratamos. Y, let's stop being Karens, let's stop being Karens. Que no haya ninguna Karen. hay que ser gente más amable para que, el mundo cambie un poquito. Hay que ser la semilla de amor, la semilla del bien en nuestra comunidad. Y poquito a poquito va a crecer esa semilla y vamos a crecer todos como a cosechar, una gran cosecha de bienestar, ¿verdad? So, guys, I leave you, los dejo con eso, los dejo y hasta la próxima semana o si no, diferentes shows. Mañana, guys, actually, let me tell you this. Tomorrow, I'm doing a health show. Let me put it here. Tomorrow, I'm doing a health show with Sharon. She's a nurse practitioner. She's awesome. We're going to be talking about hair loss tomorrow on her show. Let's Talk Health. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow, her and I. Vamos a hablar de la pérdida del cabello, ¿verdad? So yeah, and then I'll have a chess show. I don't have nothing for that, but I'll have a chess show on Friday morning. I'm going to have a chess show for all of those that are interested in chess. And a ver qué pasa. Maybe I'll do something. Last night I did a little test with my friend Patrice from Georgia. We may do another one or maybe turn it into a regular show. But you can see also that show on the Actitud y Pasión page. Anyway, guys, so los vemos. Adiós.